has started. Alright, guys, we're going to be pretty much stuck with me for the next 2-ish hours. Free practice is 30 minutes. For official free practice here. Then right into qualifying, which is another 30-minute session, but we'll have split classes. So GT3 and GT4 will qualify separately. The first 15 minutes will be GT4 leave, and then second 15 minutes will be the other class. And they will split their duties. We can't do separate qualifying sessions, but we really don't want them out on track at the same time because they'll interfere with each other's lap time. So this is the best possible solution with what we got. And it works out pretty well. So we'll see that in about 22 minutes time for qualifying, which these guys have been putting some absurd amount of practice time for the Silverstone race. So we should see some gnarly lap times qualifying. 58s from the GT3 cars, and I would probably say like super low 12s, maybe even an 11 for the GT4 cars. That is just my prediction. See what actually comes to fruition once we reach that point. Checking audio levels. How's my audio, by the way, guys? Is it okay? Is it good? Is it bad? Are the cars too loud? Am I too loud? Something need to be turned up? Need to adjust it. Let me know when I'll change it. Of course. had it originally. We'll start to see some start coming in now that they're out on track 2. Fast. Great shot going through the S's. Super high speed S's. Oh, almost lost it there. Almost. Good save. We're going to see quite a few people trying to push it pretty hard through there, especially the midsection there. Off for 2. Start to see more and more of the drivers actually start joining the session. I love the mixed classes here, especially with the amount of drivers who at least accepted attendance, which is fair. Darn near full lobby once we go green flag running. Whoa! Look at that Camaro getting a Lexus. A little bit too close and personal. They go underneath the Pirelli Bridge on Hanger Straight. Probably cool. Some of these corners' names, although I should. I've raced this track enough. Mid-12s. GT4. 58.7 by your GT right there. These paces will carry over to qualifying. Buzzball joining the quick little self-promotion real quick. So the Paddock Sim Racing is going to be kind of closing its chapter on our Forza Motorsport League as of right now. So the last series that we will be running, not series, but event in Forza Motorsport 7 will be our Daytona 500 race coming up in April 11th. Registration is still available in our Discord. It should be a lot of fun. A lot of drivers already registered. Very few spots left on the grid. Feel free to check that out. We will be live streaming it like this on April 11th. Yeah, I believe that coming up pretty quick. A lot of the guys have put some pretty gnarly paint jobs together. And what do you mean no? Yeah, Daytona 500 coming up April 11th. Check out our Discord for all that good stuff. You can check out some of our other stuff, like our NASCAR Truck Series that we did in Forza Motorsport. That's all up on our YouTube channel. Check that out. It was a lot of fun to witness. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with FM8 or the next Forza Motorsport or whatever they're calling it. But as of right now, most of the excitement is during set of courses, so we'll remain and expand. This type of racing is what we live for. Multi-class, GT3, GT4. Some of the best door-to-door racing that has been produced on a console. So, you will witness all of that in about 45-ish minutes when the green flag flies. Pretty fun. And if you aren't aware, I am TPSR's Weasel. I am a driver and / owner of the Paddock Sim Racing, as well as your commentator for most of our larger events. A bunch of our drivers out here on grid today too. TPSR affiliates, we have TPSR Fudge, up there in the 411 Alexis, TPSR Elzebor, and the 367 BMW. You have Nighthawk, 1688, in the 26 Lexus, TPSR Smokes, in the 74 Audi. Those are the TPSR drivers here too, or as thus far. Picture's blurred. Blurred? Shouldn't be blurred. Oh. Should be higher resolution. Whoa. This? Yeah. I guess you just need to like refresh your frame rate or your resolution, because it's streaming in 1080. Bizarre. Oh, hello, Wolfie. How you doing? Hello. Oh, weird echo in my ear. Bizarre. another driver lurking in chat before the race. We always get a few. Good luck. Good luck. Everybody wish him good luck. To qualifying soon. So we can snoop on some other people. Let's jump on board. A few more drivers about to jump in, it looks like, from the Discord. Right, any particular driver you guys curious about, interested in watching during the race or qualifying or what have you? You want pole? Good luck on pole. There's quite a few fast guys out there that have been putting some speed in, so yes, definitely. And definitely best of luck, especially in the GT4 class. Smokes was very, very quick early on in practices. Elzebor put down probably one of the fastest times I've seen thus far. I think he hit an 11.7 in qualifying trim. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. Yeah, you're GT4. Yeah. I don't know what Zeke was running, but he's usually pretty quick. Diablo usually picks up pace the longer he stays in the car. And Erish is going to be a monster too. Once he puts in his lap times, he usually does very well in qualifying. Excuse me. We're already starting to go. Water, everybody. Hydration. Very important. Water. But your first time driving GT4s, they're a lot of fun. You're gonna enjoy the competitiveness. Sometimes in the GT3 cars, you'll see them start to spread out quite fast in the opening sections of the events, but in GT4, they're together pretty much either the entire race or they're like, not far apart. Just a quick skip from one another. At least that's how it's been thus far this season. We've only had Imola, Catalunya. Oh, I already forgot the other track. You think I would remember? No? Maybe? Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. Google, YouTube, help. YouTube, what was it? Oh, I can just do this. That was it. It was Spa. Spa was the other one. So this is the schedule thus far. We did have some... Oh, I need to get the updated... This is not the updated schedule, by the way. Yeah, so it was Catalunya, Spa, and then we substitute Brands Hatch for Imola, the new track. So, yeah, and then now we're at Silverstone. So, yeah, next race will be Hungaroring, 80-minute adventure. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be quite dramatic. It's longer, but it's not the longest race we'll have of the season. Our longest one will be the 90 minutes at Laguna. So that's going to be a real white-knuckled ride for the most part. Oh, there's Smokes doing a little skirt. Looks like Diablo. That could be Fuzzball or Erish. I don't exactly know off the top of my head. Wow. Yeah. Definitely looking forward to this. track conditions are quite optimal, but temperatures for the race are quite low. Very cool here for this particular race. Yes. Oh. Where's my audio? Should be fine. Should be fine. A little less dramatic, the GT4s going down that back straight than the GT3s. Surprisingly, a pretty big speed difference between those cars. And you'll witness that as they come through the field after about, I want to say like 25 minutes of racing. They'll come through the tail end of the GT4 cars, and you'll see them intermingle quite a bit. 16 drivers in total right now in the grid. I think we're still missing a few. Not mistaken. Check Discord real quick. Alright, yeah, I think we're missing one. One or two GT3s. Whoa! That was not ideal. Alright. Oh my goodness. I'm sleepy now, but once they start going for reals, I'm sure that'll snap right out of me. Yeah. Woo. Big wiggle there from Nighthawk. The S's? Much quicker with the camera follow. See there. Riding on board with the GT3 car versus we were on board with Diablo in the GT4 car. Much, much faster. Love these ACC events. You have drivers from all kinds of teams. As you can see, we have the art guys, the P1R guys, SVR, TPSR, DOR, the GRT, all kinds of people coming together for these random events. And it's not even just us, it's pretty much every series. You'll see they're just littered with teams from everywhere. Super cool. Love that aspect of racing. Okay. Got a minute left here in free practice, then we'll jump right into qualifying. Once again, qualifying is a split session, so you'll have the GT4 cars out on track, and then you'll have the GT3 cars out. So we'll see their qualifying times. Again, we split classes because they'll interfere with their best possible laps. We want people to have the best chances while they're out on track to get that lap for their qualifying position. So we split it like they do in any other like WEC or the IMSA championship series is, you let the slower cars go first, and then you let the faster cars go in another session. But we can't do physical split sessions yet in ACC, so we just extend each session, add them together, you get your qualifying session. Doesn't really affect anything other than the drivers just have to wait patiently in pit lane when their session is over or they're waiting to go. So it's pretty cool. You'll see them in pit lane and then they'll just scatter. And then after qualifying, we'll have to back out due to the lag or glitch that happens quite frequently for the longer race starts. And then we'll jump right back in. So don't worry about that. It happens. And we'll just have to deal with it. You and I together.
This is the epic outline of Silverstone, opened in 1948, changed from time to time over the years, but still the essence of this place is the need for circuit water, World War II fighter station, and as you can see, Sector 1, wonderful twist.
All right, now we have qualifying for everybody. Well, not everybody, but for everybody in their selected classes. Okay, now we got to back out, of course. Good, good. All right, uno momento, por favor. There you go. 1 second. I'll have to jump back in real quick. Got to roll with the punches. That's one of the things I really wish that they would fix. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, so this will be qualifying for the 60 Minutes of Silverstone, presented by the Paddock Sim Racing. I am your host, commentator, leader extraordinaire of the Paddock Sim Racing. I am TPSR Weasel. Hello, Jack. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're about to start qualifying. Server crashed for me, so I have to jump back in. So we'll see. I believe those GT3 cars were hitting the track first, which was quite strange. But yes, we'll get there in just a second. All right. There. The slideshow that you are seeing is from previous seasons that TPSR has done, mostly in 4th edition. So a lot of that. Don't worry, we're not really missing too much. They're not really going to start hitting their fast lap times until after about a lap or 2 laps in. So we'll just have to hurry up. TPSR, I can type. Look at me. Look at me go. I'm doing the thing. All right. Hello. Hey, there we go. Fantastic. Up. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so you can see the temperatures. They're still quite low, but the track will be set to optimum conditions. So once they get heat into their tires here, they're definitely going to be putting some serious lap times down. I suspected we'll see 58s again from our top guys, so it's going to be very, very close. ART Lithium has had the fastest lap time that I've seen thus far out of the GT3 cars in the mid 58s. So very quick indeed. We're right on board with him for just a short while the drivers get their tires up to temp. And you can see all the GT4 cars still in pit lane, just kind of chilling, hanging out, doing their thing, while the bigger boys do their thing. So, as we're about 4 minutes in, so these will be first flyers for these guys. As Lithium will come around the start-finish line, we'll probably see a lap time from him. And right off the bat, we'll see a 58.9. We'll see where everybody lines up behind him or in front of him. We could see somebody jump, but he has thus far had the quickest times out the gate. We'll see. Oh. Nearly 10 minutes left in the session. TPSR Fudge, just a few second and a half back so far. Looks like we have a GT4 out on track, which is a no-no. I don't know why he's out there right now. You would think he would understand. Later on by the admins. Look at those lap times coming in. Very close, very close. No twos there. Uh-oh, okay. We're just discussing. Slothy and admin. Yay. It doesn't affect the GT3 guys awfully too much, but should be okay for now. Right on board with Black ZR1. In his first flyer, it looks. Yep. All the way up into third at the moment. As wow, okay, ART Lithium with a 58 flat. This is the fastest I've seen so far. That is quick. That is right quick. He's only done it on his third lap. Dang, that's quick. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. We got TPSR Fudge just right behind him. SVR Forte super close there. And Black CR1 got pushed back by SVR. Super close lap times thus far. Fantastic. Board with ART Diesel. Impressive lap times, guys, right now. it would have taken at least a little bit longer to start getting into the lower lap times that they've been hitting so far. But I guess all of the practice has definitely paid off thus far in the public servers. So that's nice to see. This racing should be epic, quite epic. So. They're spaced out quite nicely for qualifying too. Sometimes you need that space. Maybe car two way out in front of you so you can have that rapid chase. Very nice indeed as SVR Forte jumps TPSR Fudge by a 10th. Just under a 10th of them both in the Lexus. Fantastic performance by our top three so far, under the 2-minute mark. Laxi R1 really close, AirT Diesel really close. Cactus Nighthawk doing very well indeed. I think that's one of the faster times from them. AirT Diesel improves by just a little over half a second, as does P1R Trigger into the 2-minute flat mark. With about 5 minutes remaining in the GT3 session at the moment. Hello, everybody, just joining us too, by the way. I saw a bunch of people joining. This is the Paddock Sim Racing's 60 minutes of Silverstone, presented by the Paddock Sim Racing. We're qualifying now. GT3s out on track. GT4s are up next. Right on board with Diesel, Ferrari, heading through the WEC Stadium front section. This time that by no move. Oh, it looks like Forte quickest in the first sector, but not by much at all. Lap times compared to those guys, it looks like all of the time to be had is in that second sector between the top three. Improvement by Lithium as he goes through. The 76 car goes through. I don't think there was improvement there either. As he does jump in front of Black CR1, just 3 minutes left in the GT3 qualifying session. Right, oh, a little bit of a wide line through the S's. That is not the fast way around there. Hopefully it didn't scrub too much pace out of that Ferrari. Right on board with TPSR Fudge. Less than a 10th between him and SVR Forte. Can he scrounge that pace out of the Lexus? Comes through and across the line. No improvement there by him as he pulls off to come back to pits. SVR1 also coming through. Improvement by him. Nope. Looks like he'll stay out at least. Nighthawk, big slide there. Not quite sure, but I believe Nighthawk is the only Xbox controller user in the GT3 field that I know of. I'm not sure if Trigger, Cactus, or controller users. I don't know. I should probably find that information out. Don't hurt me, chat. Don't hurt me. Coming up real soon will be the GT4s out on track. Ooh. Let's see here. 25 car. Any improvements? He does improve a little bit. He improved a little bit. Down to a 59.1. Fudge still 59.7. 2-minute flat 0 for Diesel. Trigger 2-minute flat. Black with a 2-minute flat 4. Look at these lap times. Fantastic. Cactus with 202. And Nighthawk with 205 for your GT3 cars. About 30 seconds left in the session. Once they cross the line, the GT4 machines will take to the grid, to the field, to the battle zone. As most of the, big slide, pushing it a little hard there through the WEC stadium there. I don't know what it's actually called, so that's what I'm calling it. Lexus hard as we're on board with the GT4 cars as they hit the track. It's like smokes, slothy. Fuzzball, Arish, they're all out on track right now. Cactus and Forte are the only drivers out on track that are GT3 as he comes across the line. No improvement from Forte. Cactus still out, it's in the hairpins. Double hairpin. Back to pits. Quite nice being the class that goes first. You got a little bit extra time to cool off. You know, collect your thoughts, tune, make sure all your settings are right before you go racing. I don't know if you guys can get it, but my phone's going nuts right now. I'll have to move my and there will be no improvement for Cactus as he comes into pit lane, hitting the 50-mile-an-hour sign. That's going to be confusing for everyone later. All right, as we'll jump through the field, these guys are still on their outlap, mind you, so we won't see any lap times from them just yet. They're quite bunched up in the front of the field. McLaren, Porsche out there. Great mix of cars throughout the classes. You have McLaren, Porsche, BMW, Audi, and Chevy, and Mercedes in the GT4 class, and you have Ferrari, McLaren, Lexus, Porsche in the GT3. And you think a little more variety there, but it is what it is. You drive what you like. That's what they do. This will be their first flying laps from the GT4s. We're on from the front of the field. This fuzzball comes through the kink there. Big hit on the curb there from the 55 car. The GT4s could definitely take a little bit more of a curb beating, suspension-wise, than the GT3s. It doesn't disturb the chassis on those cars too much. But if you hit some of those red Twinkies, those red curbing with a GT3 car, definitely ruin your lap, maybe even your race, depending on how you hit them. Especially ones in the double right-hand kink going into the WEC start finish. You hit that, it could send you all the way to the wall on the outside of the track through the gravel. It's quite dangerous to hit that the wrong way, knowing from experience. All right, we're gonna have to go all the way up to the times tables here as we're gonna see these guys put their times in, as we see already a 2:11.4 from Slothy. And that was earlier, several laps to do so. 12:6, 12:8, 13:2, 13:14. Fantastic opening laps from these guys. Very close lap times indeed, overall together. Smokes and Elzebord doing well on their opening stint. TPSR. See that? No bias. Go TPSR Team Go. We rule. Dominate at everything. Woo! Go team! See these guys come through for another flying lap. Their second flying lap here. We'll see who improves. In that previous lap, Arish improves quite a bit. Diablo improves. Just under 8.5 minutes left in the session for these guys. We jump back to pits. Those lap times so far. Still an 11.4 from Slothy. 12.5, 12.6, 12.6, 12.8, 12.9. Fuzzball with a 13.7. Mittens with a 13.8. Fantastic close battles lap time wise so far in GT4. Always super close when it comes to performance in these machines. Love seeing it. Extra 10-second 10 to 14 seconds between GT3 and GT4 is definitely noticeable in the qualifying sessions. You can see the pace from these guys going around versus the pace from those GT3 cars. Some tracks it's not so apparent. They're very similar because these guys handle pretty much similar to the GT3 cars, just a little bit differently performance-wise, but taking corner speed about the same speed, but the GT3s have much better braking capabilities as well as much more power in the high-speed corner as well. So all of those factors together on a track like this make it night and day difference. So it's going to be quite a show once the cars get back together after green flag running. So they're coming back across the line, the improvements. Anyone else? Coffee, Q11O. It's a very fast GT4 time. Zeke right behind with 12.5. Real improvements that lap from any of the others so far. Fuzzball improved just a bit. Session. Oh, Medicaid Nation made it. Wow, okay. Cool. Missed out on qualifying, but he's here. Let's check lap time so far. These guys right now. A little bit of improvement there from Erish. Zeke got moved back just a bit. Slight improvements through the field. No, large changes. Fantastic battle so far out on track, time-wise. Great. Look at this. It's fantastic. Oh, I'm thrilled. This is gonna be a great race, everybody. I'm gonna be very busy. Under 2 minutes, so they'll get this lap. next one. Like the first sector is much quicker. First and the last sector much quicker. Majority of the field. So there was a change for position as TPSR Smokes jumps positions there. He's all the way up into second in class. 2:12.1. Fantastic. As comes across the line. Nothing there from him. Improvements? No improvements. Still very fast, close. Super close time. Everyone's jumping back to pits. Arish is out. Still Elzebor is out. Diablo's still out. Fuzzball still out on track. 4 flyers. Under a minute to go in the session, so I don't think they'll get another one. I don't. Close, but I don't think so. Yeah, they're not gonna reach the finish line. So this will be it for the GT4 cars. We'll see if Arish, Diablo, Elzebor, or Fuzzball improve their times. And after this, we'll take a short little break. I will take a pit stop. Everybody stretch your legs, get your snacks, get a drink, walk your dog, feed your fish, whatever you need to do, because we're about to go 60 minutes of green flag racing for multiclass at Silverstone. The qualifying session officially ended, and we'll see. We'll just see where these final drivers end up on the starting grid. And so far, you have ART Lithium on first, SVR Forte in second, TPSR Fudge in third, ART Diesel in fourth, P1R Trigger in fifth, Black CR1 in sixth, DOR Yell Cactus in seventh, Nighthawk in eighth. And then starting on pole, let's see who needs to come across the line now. It looks like Elzebor is the only one out on track, so we'll see where he goes in the final bits of this. So are you going to improve? Still on it. No, he improved a little bit, but I don't believe it was enough to change positions. 9 thousandths behind Zeke, putting him right there. Fantastic qualifying session. As always, GT4 put on a show. Incredibly close lap times. Well, besides Slothy, he's out in front. GT3 cars, fantastic run by them. Medicate Nation jumped in late, so he didn't get his qualifying opportunity, but he will start in the back of the back of the grid, I believe. Anyway, that's that. We'll wait for the session to end. It's gonna lag. I'll back out. All right. Yeah, so that's your grid. So in GT3, you have Dr. Slothy in second. Second place in GT4, you have TPSR Smokes. Third, you have GRT Erish. Fourth, you have Ziki. Fifth, you have Elzebor. Sixth, you have Diablo. Hang on. Seventh, you have Fuzzball. Eighth, you have Crazy Mittens. That's great battling so far from all of those guys. I cannot wait to see what happens in the 60 minutes to come. Yes. Yeah, definitely. All right, so everybody take a quick little break. And we'll jump right back into it. I really wish it wouldn't do that, but it does. All right, guys, we'll take a quick break. We'll jump right back into it. Hang out for just a bit. Alright, and we're back. Let's go racing, everybody. Let's go racing. As they're on their formation lap. There we go. There's audio. I was getting worried there that we didn't have sound. Full formation lap for our series. They do have one mandatory pit stop, but it is not a pit window. It is on the driver's discretion. Yes. So whenever the drivers want to come in for their pit stop, they can either do heavy load at the beginning or do a 50-50. You know, however they want to pull it, they can run it. But they do have to come in for tires at some point. That is the mandatory for this particular event. It differs per race. So the rules will change per race, which all the drivers are aware of. From Discord, as we come through this section, drivers trying to get heat into their tires, get the pressures up quickly. As you can see, the temperature is quite cool. Track type is still optimum, but it is quite cool indeed. As this is round 4 of the Paddock Sim Racing's mixed class GT3, GT4 series right now at Silverstone. Very close and fast qualifying sessions in both classes. ART Lithium took pole overall, and Dr. Slothy took pole in GT4, sitting 9th overall. Medicate Nation, Mercedes in the back, did not join qualifying in time to run his session, so he will start in the back of the grid. Failed scrutiny, if you would say so. As they come down the back straight, they'll start to double up real quick here. Get that off the screen. Alright, let's go racing, everybody. Who's excited? I'm excited. I'm on the edge of my seat already. These cars are fantastic to watch. We'll see who gets the jump here at the start of the race. Oh, it's already nail-biting. I'm already excited, can you tell? Yeah. As they're in position to go racing. ART Lithium taking the field to the stripes. Look at all those beautiful machines. They come up the zone.
Green light, go.
The green flag flies. The Porsche digs in, getting a great run into the first corners. You right on board with TPSR Fudge. Looks like he lost 2 positions there on that race start, as Diesel got a great launch, moving him up to 2nd. Oh, as he gets a little bit squirrely there, losing it into the S's. I'm not sure if that was assisted or not, but that looked very racy indeed as we jump back real quick to the front end of the GT4s. They start to spread out very, very quickly. We look to the back, the BMW 3 wide now, Mercedes, BMW. That Mercedes is a GT3, heavy into the brake zone. The Mercedes on the outside of Medicate Nation, trying to find the way through to catch up to his own kind. Jumping a few cars there, just right on board, a little bit further up the field. Diablo trying to run down Dr. Slothy as TPSR Smokes looks to the inside of GT4 leader, heading through the WEC start-finish lines. They're still side by side. Slothy on the outside, Smokes on the inside, grabbing a little bit of grass through the kink. Now into the double hairpins. TPSR Smokes on the inside. Gets it stopped just in time, but hits the curb there. Lithium gets the lead so far as they're still going nose to tail through GT3 field. Lithium go through to complete the first lap of the race. Starting on pole position, starting the race out strong, out front. Lots of clean air for those guys. Pit are officially open. It says race control. Fantastic. Go through the S's now, but we're going to jump back through the field as TPSR Smokes leads the drivers across the line for the first lap. Factor Sloth losing a position to the Audi. Still nose to tail. Medicate Nation trying to weave his way very carefully and methodically through the GT4s as they are still super close together. Where's the camera going? We don't know. There it goes. Fantastic. And now Medicate Nation can put the power down to that Mercedes and pass a few of those GT4 cars on this long straight. Into the brake zone here. Diablo out front. TPSR Smokes getting a little bit of space between him and second place at the moment. Quickly jump to GT3s. There's a great battle going on here between Black CR1, TPSR, and Trigger. Oh, as Trigger goes off into the grass, as does Nighthawk, as there's a McLaren around. It looks like cars were just trying to avoid him as Nighthawk taps the back end. I believe that was this? Ah, yeah, it was Trigger. Trigger got tapped. A lot of kerfuffle going on so far in the early stages of the GT3 cars. Very spread out now as GT4 is still out on top of each other. With Smokes a few second lead over. That few seconds basically just disappeared going through the kink, not the kink, the hairpins. Words are going to be very hard. As Medicate Nation goes wide, as does Smokes super wide into the braking zone. Dangerously coming back up onto the track, but Slothy looks racy and avoids any unnecessary contact. It's going to be very crucial to keep the car clean in the opening stages of this race. You do not want to have to come in for an early pit stop, as it looks like Medicate Nation had another off, spun it or something, because he is back once again, just now crossing the line to complete lap 2. Back out in front of the GT3 field as ART Lithium still out in front, followed still pretty closely by SVR Forte in the Lexus, the 25 car. About a few seconds back, you have ART Diesel and TPSR Fudge in his shadow. Another few seconds back, you have Nighthawk, Yellow Cactus still all over him. Another couple seconds back, you have Black CR1 and Trigger on his shadow. So basically GT3 class is split into pairs at this point. This GT4 is still very, very close to one another. Very bizarre, showing TPSR Smokes in second, but Diablo out in front. That's a bizarre timing glitch. I don't know what that's all about. Very bizarre. Outrageous. Unless something's happening out on track that I am just not aware of. TPSR Smokes is out in front of GT4. Oh, big slide there from the Camaro of Zeki. Oh, also collecting I believe that was the McLaren of Arish. I don't believe that was intentional. Just incident between those two. I don't know if that was contact or Arish trying to avoid the sliding Camaro. See if anybody got damage from that, because that looked pretty hefty of a contact. Some scuffs marks. Scuffs. Yeah, Arish coming into pit lane, as is Medicate Nation, so I'm not sure if he was a third party involved. Those two, and it looks like Zeke will stay out. Looks like he just got looped there by those two. We'll have to catch up with what happened later from those guys. Running on board with this battle here as Black CR1 is catching the battle between Cactus and Nighthawk. Nighthawk still out in front. Ooh, big curb hop there from the Lexus of Nighthawk. Currently in 5th. There's a couple mid-engines behind him. Fast Kink. Down into the hairpins, as it looked like Cactus was on the inside there of Black CR1. Got the pass done. I don't know if they were already like that or not. No, there was no position change. That was Black CR1 trying for the position of 6th. Couldn't get the pass done there, but that McLaren's super fast here at Silverstone. As he looks to the inside into the braking zone once again. On the inside of Cactus. Couldn't quite get the maneuver done there, but he's definitely got the speed towards the longer portions of the track. Hate Nation still in pit lane. Very rough incident from him then. Smokes with a massive advantage over Diablo Fuzzball. Dr. Slothy got a bit of a damage on the front end. We're missing all of the action. I don't know what's happening, but we're missing it. Fuzzball looking to the outside of Smokes, or not Smokes, but Diablo there. Doesn't look like anybody slowed down other than the massive gap between first and the rest of the field now. So something must have collected the majority of the cars, and Elzebor looks like he moved up a few positions, as did Crazy Mittens. Both Medicate Nation and Arish have completed their pit stops, so we'll see. I know the GT4 machines can go the entirety of this race on tires and fuel with no real issues of fade from the performance of the car, so Arish could be working out a plan to keep himself in the clean air longer, as it looks like Slothy in pit lane now. So he'll more than likely take his fuel and tires to go all the way to the end. Hydration check, because that was a very epic first 4 laps and its only start. Are you guys breathing yet? Are you guys racing? You guys sweating as much as I am just watching this racing? TPSR Smokes. Out in front GT4, ART Lithium out in front overall in GT3. S's onto the hanger straight. SVR Forte still lingering in his rear view mirror, not really going away, but the distance between them has definitely lengthened. Oh, ART Diesel back a few from TPSR, who went in a stop and go 30 for Dr. Slothy. A critical time, not a critical time to have such a penalty put on you. So that's going to be a massive burden come around for the overall length of this race. TPSR Fudge in 3rd, as I was saying before we noticed the penalty there. Moving up a spot from Diesel. A few cars now wow, we're gonna meet. Yeah, about I'd say 2 or 3 laps now. Oh, Sloth jumps back to pit lane. That's not good. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Looks like we have a couple cars in pit lane. TPSR Smokes in pit lane. Nighthawk was in pit lane. Not Nighthawk. Who was it? But the 26 car. The 26 car was in pit lane. Yeah, 26 car was in pit lane, but didn't take tires. So he'll have to come back. He'll have to come back in. As Smokes is now leaving pit lane. His pit stop is completed. He's going to go to the end. And that will put CPS Diablo first in GT4. Only just as he has Fuzzball and Elzebor right behind him at about 5 seconds down the road. They have Crazy Mittens and Zeke all over the backside of Crazy Mittens at the moment. It was about 1.5 seconds and has now dropped to about the length of a car. Zeke looking quite racy. Mittens off track on the fast kink on the mid straight. The brake zone still out in front of Zeke, but just barely. Oh, Zeke almost walked right through the door that Mittens left open, making a very wide line through the second to last corner there. As Black ZR1 in pit lane, taking his fuel and tires. Come out with about 45 to go. Still nose to tail for the top 3 at the moment. It's the 17 car. Elzebor flashing his lights at the front too. 25, putting a lap down on the 26 car. Wonder if Nighthawk had some damage and had to come in. Not quite sure. Black CR1 leaving pit lane. He's done his pit stop. Keeping an eye on this battle here. Go with the 33 car. 30. Right? It's 30. Where are you? Where are you? 31 car. Black CR1 got in it with, I don't know if that was the 95 or the 570. I'm not quite sure, but he was off track there. Off track there for just a second. He's fresh out of the pits. I don't know if he was cold tires, too throttle happy maybe. Cars quite spread out now as Zeke comes into pits. Watching the GT4 battle for the lead go through the S's. No distance change for your overall leaders first and second. 25 cars reeled in the 17 car, but he had traffic in front of him. Just putting Mittens a lap down. Zeke diving in pit lane before the race leaders came out, or came by. As he puts a lap down on Elzebor. The leader come through the leading battle of GT4. Super wide there in the hairpin. Plenty of room for second place. Fantastic driving by your overall leader here. Brilliantly done as he comes through the GT4 field. Back out into clean air. And here comes your second place overall in GT3. Around Elzebor quite nicely. Still a lot of pit stops to be had for most of the cars. Almost all of GT3 needs to come in still. Black CR1 just after the kinks into the hairpin. Smokes. That was Cactus. Come through to complete lap 9. As Fudge and Nighthawk together on track. On board Fudge, you put Nighthawk down the lap. So we're back in pit lane. That was Mittens in pit lane, just coming out of pit lane. What was that? 76 car. Just had a bit of a oopsie. No harm, no foul. All by himself. Just like that, 20 minutes has passed since the start of this race. Almost half the field has come in for their mandatory pit stop. And let's see. We'll see how everything unfolds once these guys come through pits. Your overall race leader is ART Lithium right now. GT4 class leader is CPS Diablo in the Porsche. Mittens and Dedicated Nation together on track. Dedicated Nation is a lap down overall from race leaders. Getting a lap back from a GT4 car right now. Anything could happen though. GT3 GT3 cars are spread out all over the track at the moment. Fantastic battles still going on here in GT4. Nighthawk about to get his lap. His position back from the GT4 field. Third one also about to come through. This is the 76. Nighthawk really working the wheel there of the Lexus. Still really no difference in track space between first and second overall right now as Lithium and Forte pretty much started the race about 4 or 5 seconds apart, as Forte didn't get the best launch on the start and got put 2 cars back. I think it was one spot back from Lithium. Make up some ground, some track position lost from passing GT4 cars. Other than that, they've been pretty much together pace-wise. TPSR Smokes still trucking along out in no man's land all by himself. If this was individual classes with 8 cars each, it'd be quite lonesome for these guys, but thank God for the multi-class split on track. Keeps things very interesting throughout the hour. And we still have several, just over half the field that still needs to make their mandatory pit stop. So your strategy may be go the extent of the race, do a splash and dash to the end. If you kept your nose clean throughout the whole first bit of the race, that would be my strategy. Splash and dash at the end. Temperatures have risen just a bit than it was earlier. Or what it was set to. That's fun. Ziki, nice to stay out of race leader's way. Right there. Okay, Nation trying to get around 570 of Arish. Taking the fast way around. As Trigger in pit lane for his pit stop. Race leader will go by. Trigger leaving pits. 584 Ferrari. Alright. Still remain in front of Nighthawk. Nighthawk also still needs to make his pit stop. The battle for the lead is still quite intense. Diablo leading about a second back. You have Fuzzball just in the shadows of them. Coming out of the corner now will be, oh, Black CR1 with a drive-through. Track limits. Gotta watch the track limits. Yeah, as I was saying, still for the top 3 right now in class. Diablo, Fuzzball, and Elzebor still together out on track. And the rest of GT4 has done their pit stops. As Cactus comes in for his mandatory. Kind of a lull in the racing at the moment, but still quite epic indeed. That's Forte coming in for hits. Ooh, I don't know if he slowed down in time. It looks like he did. Looks like he slowed down just in time. Yeah, time is crucial though. You got to carry as much speed into pits, but still remain on the safe side of that pit limiter. Precious time in pits can be gained and or lost. As Lithium moving on Smokes. Quite curious to see when these GT4 leaders will come into pit lane. Elzebor diving into pits. Oh, a little further. There you go. I don't think we practiced that a whole lot. ART Diesel also in pit lane. Just noticed that. Whew, while we're doing some of these pit lane. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing in chat? We're about halfway through this race. How you guys doing all right? Is it a good show? I like this. I'm excited. I kind of wish I was out there. Oh. Kind of wish I was out there racing. Diesel out.
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
Halfway through from race control. Fantastic. Thank you for letting me know. As the 31 spins it again. Black CR1 having some terrible problems with that McLaren. And Fudge will come in for his pit stop from second. Gets the pit under quite nicely. Elzebor still in pit lane. Leaving his pit box. Fantastic. And he's out. Oh. So, Smokes came out quite a bit of ways in front of Elzebor. And when Elzebor went into pit lane, he was in third. So at the moment, just doing some quick guessing and maths, Smokes will be leader once all drivers of GT4 have done their pit stops. Because Diablo and Fuzzball still need to make theirs. And Elzebor has Zeke right behind him, about 5 seconds back. Black Once everyone's done his drive-through. Fantastic racing here. We're now on the downhill section of this race. Just over halfway through. Race leader still needs to make his pit stop. He's coming into pits now. GT4 still needs to come in for their pit stop as Diablo is in pit lane as Fuzzball will take race GT4 class lead. He will lead the field. Smokes comes across the line as Diablo hits his pit box. Diablo now leaving. Ooh, I don't know, it's going to be close. He'll definitely be out in front of Elzebor. Elzebor lost position to Erish. Diablo still out in front of GRT Erish. Cold tires. Gotta watch it. Ooh, here we go. The race leader comes out of pits just in front of the 26 and 25 car. Right out in front of traffic from Mittens. As Nighthawk lets Forte go. See where they are when they come through the next timing and scoring, but definitely close. I don't even think they really changed. Forte comes up to the timing. Yeah, still about 5 seconds. Still about 5 seconds. Even after pitting and having separate space, still about 5 seconds. Nighthawk and Fuzzball still need to make their pit stops. But everybody has done their pit stop. So they're good to go. Now, a lot of these cars, they don't really need the pit stop, but it's a good little mix-up of strategies. Racing. Definitely a headache for me, but it's all good. Could be helpful, could be hurtful, depending on the situation of the people out on track. Smokes about 12 seconds ahead of the others in GT4. So the same gap between third place back, fourth place back in GT4. Quite spaced out quite nicely. Oh, as the 17 is off. The 17 is off in turn 1. Off in turn 1. I don't believe that was assisted. So that'll put Forte up in front by probably a hefty amount of time. So here comes the sweat session from that Porsche. He's not going to be happy about that. He's going to be pushing quite hard now as Forte also has to keep a cool head on his shoulders for the next 24 minutes left in this race. That's a lot of time. Anything can happen. So there's the 72 of Ziki in front of, in between those two at the moment. A lot of GT4 cars up the road from Forte. Elzebor staying well out of the way there of that race leader. These guys putting on a great show as Diesel in fourth goes down the straight. About 7.5 seconds between SVR Forte and ART Lithium. About a second. Less now, about 11 seconds between Smokes and Diablo. Very quick thinking to just run his line, be predictable through the S's. Smokes. Very quick in that Audi Smokes is. About another couple tenths between Smokes and Diablo gone. Now 10. As Fuzzball comes into pit lane. Hit his pit box. Come across the line. Back Fuzzball. Fuzzball just now leaves his pit box and Diablo will squeak by. But will Arish squeak by as well? I believe so, but he'll come out right in front. Right in front on track. Porsches meet on track. Oh, Smokes! Smokes went around. Smokes went around, no! That was your GT4 leader. Now CPS Diablo. Taking the position away from Smokes there. It went from about 10 seconds to losing a position. That's how quick it could happen. One little mistake, one little bobble, and your company lead over the car behind you is gone. So now, battle for GT4 very, very real once again. You also have Fuzzball, Arish right behind them. Just behind them is Elzebor. So the GT4 field pretty much just came back together. They're not right on top of each other as of yet, but they're very, very close with under 20 minutes to go. Whoa! Fudge trying to go on the outside, but Elzebor letting Fudge go on the inside. A pucker moment, if I've ever seen one. Forte crosses the line, completing lap 20 of the race. Lithium comes across the line. Still about 7 seconds between the two. After the off of Lithium. laps ago. Got pole position, led the entire race so far. One little mistake led him to an off in turn 1, letting SER Forte pass. Gap still has remained about 7 seconds thus far, although their pace is very, very similar. If they were together on track, I'm sure there would be a panel spared between them. Black CR1 around in turn 1. The self used to spin. Has some wrong settings or something on that car at the moment. The car is very, very quick here. Nighthawk came in for his pit stop. To 17, coming up to 95 of the Cactus. Him a lap down for the first time. This Fudge will come through race leaders. Smokes off into the grass onto the straight. He lost too much speed from that, but Smokes definitely gained a little bit from it. Carousel. This GT4 class is just amazing. The competitiveness of these machines are unreal. And they're fun to drive too. You can just kind of whip them around and they'll ask you for more. One back into pits. Still about 7 seconds between the top two. No change. There's really no change to be had between these two. They just keep going back and forth at this point. A little bit of an extension there. Oh, no, actually a gain as Forte had to make his way around the 95 car. Lost about a second to Lithium. Let's see. Lithium pass 95 car without losing that time back. Under 15 minutes to go here in the TPSR 60 minutes of Silverstone, mixed class GT3, GT4. Kind of on a lull at the moment. I watched this GT4 battle unravel, but check out our upcoming NASCAR series, not series, but event in Forza Motorsport 7. We'll be doing this as our last event for the Forza Motorsport franchise, at the moment at least. Yeah, April 11th. on a Sunday, we will be having our NASCAR Daytona event. Check out our Discord if you're curious or want any more information on it. Smokes is all over, going super crazy wide into the braking zone in right off Hanger Straight, going super wide. Had such a good run on Diablo, but caught the grass into the brake zone. Great save though, but now you have Fuzzball in the McLaren right there. And they have just under 13 minutes to go. These guys keep battling this way. They'll have GRT Erich and Elzebor knocking on their doors. It happened. It very happened. Easily happened with the side-by-side action. 2, 3, 4 seconds a lap slower on average, trying to battle it out. Usually how these guys play. Brake zones just glowing red. Ferrari there. Diesel working his way around the outside. Outside there of Fuzzball. Gonna make a move here on Smokes around the outside. Try to get by these guys quickly. Avoid any hassle for the S's. Let's see if he's okay around Diablo. Diablo getting out of the way. Get out of here. I got a race to run. Get out of here, fast driver. Fast car, you fast thing. Alright. Back to the battle between Diablo Smokes and Fuzzball. The battle to be had, the battle to be seen, the battle on track that we are witnessing, kind of. I don't know what the camera is thinking. The battle we're witnessing. Fantastic passes by all of those guys. Nobody really lost any distance from one another. That is the key of multi-class racing, is how quickly and efficiently you can get around the car of a different class. As well as race your own race. Pushing hard, using all of the curb on the outside there. That seems to open up between Diablo and Smokes just a bit. Not too crazy much though. Down to about 5.5 seconds between them. About 10 minutes to go. It's going to be very close. He might catch him, but can he get around him is the question. You can see him. Pretty sure Lithium is foaming at the mouth at about this point, but we'll see if he can actually get it done. He's moving very, very quickly. And about the time they start actually getting close to each other, if they do, they'll have GT4 back in the mix. Lovely, lovely nature of these events. It's okay, I like it. 2 seconds between Smokes and Smokes has to defend second place from Fuzzball. cars in front of him. Go now, about 8 minutes left, yes. Brake zone, Ellsworth going wide, let Ferrari go by. The 25 car made it through 31 and 12 car pretty effectively. Let's see what the time gap is now between the two. Oh, it went down. It's about 4 seconds between them. Close, very close. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Is it enough? Is it enough to catch that Forte? Lexus is a very fast car here. A little bit more of a gap. 2.5 seconds apart from Buzzball. Oops. Right on. Cactus. DOR team. If you haven't yet, check out our joint effort series. We did the 100 minutes of Laguna Seca. Check out our stream on that. That was pretty cool. I kind of messed up the audio. I had a co-commentator with me for that event, and forgot to include his audio in my stream, so that's embarrassing. That's a big dope. But it's still a great race. Fantastic event. Go check it out on our YouTube. Join the Discord. We'll try to do those things. It's a lot of fun. Our guys are great. Delta. As are like all of the other teams. Good people, great. What racing there's a lot of fun. About 5 minutes 30 left on the clock. The distance between Forte and Lithium is under 4 seconds now. Oh, it's gonna be a nail biter's Diablo. Still about 2 seconds in front of Smokes. A little wide from the Ferrari. 55 of Fuzzball still there. See if big bump there by Smokes. Oh yeah, I forgot the camera has a stroke every time we go camera angled there. Trigger making his way through. Fantastic racing there by them. Picking his way through the leaders of the GT4 guys. Love it. Elsinore. Quite close there to GRT Arish. Just a few minutes remaining. Oh, those are race leaders coming through them too. Don't panic. Don't panic. Oh, we're panicking. ART Lithium putting it all out there on the line. Under 4 seconds now. Closing the gap every sector. Making ballsy moves there. What? Making it away, making it around, still continuing to drop the time gap. As Forte comes through the final corners here. We'll have about 2 to go. This lap and 1 more. Complete lap 28. Probably do 30 laps now. As the 25 car comes up to the leading pack GT4 now. Through the S's very quickly. Forte held up just a bit by the Audi of Smokes. He has nowhere really to go. Oh, inches! Just centimeters from a fender tap between race leader and second place in GT4 coming out of the S's. Oh, I gotta risk it. You got 2 minutes left. You have to throw it all out there. Woo, this is exciting. Forte heavy on the brakes. On the inside. And a drive-through penalty for Fuzzball. Track limits. No, 3rd place in class. Ah, that is going to hurt. Definitely going to hurt in points. I believe he's leading in points at the moment right now. I want to look, but we got less than 2 minutes to go. Back up to 4 minutes between the two overall race leaders. As ART Lithium comes through the GT4 leading field. About 3.5 seconds to go, but I don't think there'll be enough time for Lithium to catch him. They will get 1 more lap. Definitely 1 more lap to go here in the 60 minutes of Silverstone. Fuzzball is going to have to come in this time by if he isn't going to get penalized for it.
Leaders on final lap now.
Fuzzball staying out. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how is that penalized? I don't really remember. Is he just deducted points or time? I don't know. Black CR1 moving back up through the field. Another great battle to keep an eye on for the finish is this one right here with Elzebor and Arish. Elzebor reeling in Arish very so slightly every lap. Plus, just about a second between them now, as you still have the race leaders out in a dogfight. Diablo, Smokes, and Fuzzball. Fuzzball will have to do a drive-through penalty. I don't know exactly where he'll end up, but your overall race leader of SVR Forte will do 30 laps this race. Got a few more corners and a long straight to go, with ART Lithium right behind him, only 3 seconds behind. A trigger right in front of him. As Forte will, I didn't want to say anything. As Forte comes around the final corner and through the kink onto the front straight, he will take the race win, the big W of the 60 minutes of Silverstone. Congratulations for the 25 Lexus of SVR Forte. Second place will be 17 of ART Lithium. Third is going to be TPSR Fudge, as Diablo will come across the line and Smokes will come across the line. And Fuzzball comes across the line. We'll see if 70 and Elzebor come across the line. I don't know exactly where the times tables will stand, but we'll see once the end of the race comes to a close. Still a couple positions to be finalized out on track. Woo, fantastic. Fantastic racing for both classes. That is just amazing. Weasel coming through the final corners now. He'll come across the line in fourth. Trigger will take fifth. Cactus, sixth. Nighthawk, seventh. Eighth in class would be Black CR1, and ninth would be Medicate Nation. And then CPS Diablo taking the victory in GT4. TPSR Smokes would be second. Fuzzball in third. GRT Erish in fourth. TPSR Elzebor in fifth. Oh, that was the theme. All right, that was a fantastic event. I'm so glad you guys witnessed that with me. That is round 4 of Paddock Sim Racing's 60 minutes of Silverstone. Fantastic event indeed. I have been your commentator, Weasel. Fantastic event. We will see you guys in 2 weeks' time for Hungaroring. Yes. Be fantastic. 80 minutes of the Hungaroring. I will be your commentator then. I cannot wait to see you guys. If you liked the video, please comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Just watch, that's fine. We just do this to enjoy watching the racing. Thought I would share it with all of you friends. All right. Thank you for everyone who commented in the comment section. Thank you for everyone who joined the stream just in general. Racers, new people. It's a lot of fun putting these things together for you guys. And I have a lot of fun doing it. I like destroying my voice because that's what's happened. Yeah, the drivers put on a great show in both classes. Fantastic racing. Huge shout out to SVR Forte for winning GT3 and CPS Diablo for winning GT4 class. Fantastic. All right, this will be up as a VOD right after this. I will put quick links if you just want to watch the race or qualifying or whatever. Oh yeah, a few other things. I want to put this back up here. Yeah, go ahead and check out our NASCAR race that we got going on. April 11th in Forza Motorsport 7 will be the Paddock Sim Racing's final race in Forza Motorsport as a whole for the foreseeable future. Never say never. We could go back to the Forza Motorsport franchise if and whenever Forza 8 comes out and if it's suitable for what we're looking for. Yeah, so this will be our last shebang. If you want more information on it, go ahead and check out our Discord. The video of the race will be streamed right here. So subscribe if you want to know. Check out more of our races. I think that's pretty much it. The next race we'll be doing in ACC is the Porsche Cup race at Hungaroring. 30 minutes of that. I will actually be participating in the race, so you'll see my point of view on the channel. So that should be pretty cool. Yeah, we're also trying to do 100 subscribers. Once we get 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel, I will be doing 100 laps at Spa. Yes, yes, yes. And once we reach 75 viewers, we'll put a poll on Twitter and on our Discord channel to see what game and what car I should do it in. And then I will stream the entire 100 laps of me doing it. Like, bamboo water torture, or, what, I don't, whatever people torture people with these days. I don't know. TikToks? Is that what people torture people with? I'm cool. I promise. Yeah, so go ahead, subscribe to us. Once we reach 100, I will torture myself with 100 laps of Spa. I'm pretty sure there's something else that I was wanting to tell you guys, but I don't really remember. So that's going to be the stream. Yeah, I will see you guys next weekend. I will probably be streaming a few games and practice sessions all week long. Feel free to stop by, chat, hang out, come race with us if you feel like it. ACC or Forza Motorsport 7. Whatever we're feeling that day. Maybe even like first person shooter, like Call of Duty or Halo or something cool. I don't know. All right. I'm just kind of babbling. Yeah, I will see you guys later. Yeah, everybody have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Everybody stay safe out there, okay? World's kind of crazy. All right. Bye, everybody.